Preface, or creative nonfiction poem. The stories and information posted here are artistic works of fiction and falsehood. Only a fool would take anything posted here as fact. Yeah, I could write a nonfiction piece, but I never recount it well enough. Maybe, through constant recording and some deep understanding of my childhood, you could. But even then, there's no guarantee you will understand it the same way. Like, let's say I have a life-changing dialogue with my aunt about the supernatural. It would only mean to you as far as the supernatural my aunt and me mean to you. If you have a stigma towards any of them, or can't follow my thought processes about them in every way, experience these things. We don't even control how we understand things. Our idiosyncrasies and subconscious do. The way Van Gogh understood the word paint and his connections to his memories of paint are different than my association with paint. If I speak of a brilliant painting, I can explain my side of it. It might resonate with the vague communal idea of what painting is, but that's an agreement of tangents touching the same circle. Another problem with nonfiction, conveying truth. I can't even relay. I don't have a good memory. How could I tell you exactly what I mean if I don't remember what happened to make that meaning? Maybe I don't have to have a good memory. If you've read The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, or you understood its conceit that truth may or may not become lost on facts, you'll realize facts aren't terribly important to a true story. In that book, he proves you could give all of the facts, word for word, and still have no truth. In that way, my memory isn't an issue. It's kind of helpful. Because of my poor memory, my brain has developed a way that a foolish, forgetful person, me, can remember truth. My memory is two-pronged, possessing a cleverly empathetic base. There are two ways I remember something. First, if it's a trick, riddle, combo, style, decision, etc., which I find interesting or positively peculiar, it goes in the vault. Probably. Or, if someone tells or explains a passion to me with passion in themselves, I remember it. Probably. The works of the brain and memories are not always exact. Probably. Which is why I fall back on labeling all these experiences and understandings as truth. My truth, at least. That's how I work, how I write, how I thrive. Not true. I write poorly, thrive sporadically, and work through passion and passion through immersion. So, that's the truth you'll hear, and I promise that I will do my best to keep you informed of the facts. For any of you still stuck on that word, I'll try to convey all of the facts. My motto is, speak in fictional truth before non-fictional lies. So, to get around all this negativeness, and so that one of you don't come out and lawyer me later on, I'll tell you a rule of my narration. I will take on a new persona, embodying the consciousness of myself during these moments of truth, and never being my exact self. I hope that this will string together my tangents of agreement with your tangents of agreement and form an utterly formed triangle of real experiences. No further warnings. As the author, I grant fair warning. Because I am to play the role of my past consciousness, which my present consciousness describes, I may at times linger in that hazy, intuitive place of our main character, who is, I promise, also me. If you've read this much of the preface, listened, thank you, and kindly take a reward. The first one you get! A secret! When I explore this fantastic part of myself, the best way to understand my point of view is as a caricature of myself, designed to produce a truer me. This process allows me, without too much restriction, to rename myself or other characters multiple times in different scenarios. Also, the occasional interaction with this renamed caricature should not shock you, but should be expected as consciousness interacts with consciousness often. But I will not divulge all my secrets. For example, around the time when I wrote this section in my original notebook, I stopped shortly to play volleyball. Of course, since you won't read this from my notebook, and because I will inevitably cut many of these things, I will never add to things I'm doing in the present, so I might stay in the moment of the book. I realize the consequences of storytelling, which happen regardless of how many I expose. I have biases, I'm at times irrational, and even a liar, as a person more so than as a writer or speaker. But perhaps worst of all, I do too much self-reflection, which borders on banal and often provides little to no storytelling, or worse, interferes with it. Fortunately, I have no expectations of being an excellent writer. I started wanting only to overcome a problem I saw in front of me. But now we're here in the middle of the story, and on the same page. Ha! That doesn't really work here. So I'll strive to relay my story to you in this way. I hope that in doing so, I become a good storyteller. Admittedly, more because I love stories, truth, and understanding than for your enjoyment, but I recognize and appreciate the happy coincidence, should it occur. In this way, invested with the powers of teller of this story, I promise a second time to do my best to help the audience understand its truth. Be warned again. I can't expose too much of what I know. I need my secrets. Though I've basically led you to the factory of stories. I've thrown away the cape and showed you the place the rabbit is really pulled out of. Already, I've reflected too much. You can almost make out the clunky gears in my head. So accept my apology for discoursing from my job, dear reader, viewer. But remember that we agreed only, not really a page, that grasping my view allows you to learn more about the story. Still, sit saltily knowing you will never fully know it. You guys don't care. Yes, I believe I have found my voice, my swagger, my inspiration. The same thing which allows Van Gogh's perspective to be praised as high art without being fully understood. Wow, what a douchebag. That which some call art and others call craft, I think I know now where it lies, and thoroughly I will grasp at it and expect a good tale from it too. And you, sweet you, we're here for its birth. How close we've grown already. So, do not be caught off guard if I should refer to you later. I know. I'm optimistic.